We've all encountered revolutionary weight-reducing products, from high-profile telemedicine ads to devices promising dramatic weight loss. It's always been a hot topic in society. However, there's one company that stands out for both promising and delivering on their results. The name Novo Nordisk, a Danish-based company that has been making waves by posting quarter-after-quarter increases in profit figures and reporting skyrocket share prices, all of which can be attributed to their weight loss-inducing medicines. Ozempic and Wegovy, two names that have taken the pharma industry by storm, have been instrumental in its success. Both medicines, which have shown great results in reducing weight, are facing logistical issues as the supply cannot match the demand. These drugs, endorsed by notable figures like Elon Musk and Boris Johnson, have left everyone wondering, how will this story unfold? How did Novo Nordisk get here? What economic implications does it have for a company and a market that knows no stopping? Let's probe this case piece by piece and take a closer look at Novo Nordisk and its miracle drugs. Novo Nordisk's rise to fame came off an accidental blessing. What do we mean by this? Well, let's talk about the first drug we mentioned in our intro, Ozempic. Ozempic is a drug that has been classified as GLP-1 and has the active pharmaceutical ingredient semaglutide. While it was initially developed as a medicine to treat type 2 diabetes, doctors and patients realized that weight loss was a significant side effect. Lo and behold, this led to an increase in the number of people taking Ozempic, not for the treatment of diabetes, but for reducing weight. Doctors even went as far as prescribing the drug off-label for weight loss, even to patients who did not have diabetes. Off-label is a practice in which a drug is prescribed in a manner for which it was not approved by regulatory agencies such as the FDA. Buoyed by the success of this drug, Novo Nordisk did what any other company would do. Can you guess? They came out with a drug specifically designed to take advantage of this changing trend in the market. And this is how Wegovy was born. It contains the same API semaglutide and is designed specifically to reduce weight. It's been approved by the FDA for that specific purpose as well. With these two drugs and their proven efficacy, Novo Nordisk's revenues and profits were bound to only go uphill. Let's probe this further in our next chapter. But before we jump into the next chapter, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channel? It helps us greatly and motivates us to produce more quality content. Ozempic and Wegovy have propelled Novo Nordisk to the top. Reports stated that the company has become Europe's largest by market capitalization, reaching a cap of $410 billion. It has fast become very influential in Denmark's economic landscape. The drug maker has revised its sales growth this year. It was expecting its sales to grow at 27 to 33%, but now it has revised it to 33 to 38%. In a similar vein, the profit figures were expected to be pegged at 31 to 37%, but now they've been revised to 41 to 46%. It seems that the company is flying high. Wouldn't you agree? This success of the company has not only been the result of its proven efficacy, but also because of the widespread celebrity adoption of the drug. Case in point, Boris Johnson was reportedly taking semaglutide after his doctors advised him to do so. Similarly, Elon Musk took to X, or Twitter, to announce that he'd also been taking Wegovy, and it made him feel healthy and ripped. Variety magazine also ran a piece interviewing a Hollywood producer who encapsulated the madness for the drug. He detailed how the drug had taken the industry by storm. From producers to veterans to actors, everyone had been going gaga over the drug. It also detailed the cost of the drug, which the report stated came out to $1,200 to $1,500 a month. So we know it certainly isn't cheap. Through this chapter, we have a comprehensive idea of the effect Novo Nordisk's drugs have had in the economic world as well as the glamour industry. However, things that seem too good to be true often are. Let's take a look at the side effects of the drug. Even if the drug has been selling like hotcakes and taken the Hollywood industry by storm, it's not without its side effects. If we look at the health side effects, Boris Johnson again emerges as the perfect example. He was advised by his doctor to take semaglutide, but had to take himself off of it as he was feeling ill after taking the drug. Some celebrities have also complained that the drug keeps working as long as you take it. If you stop, you can gain back your appetite quite quickly. So it might not be as medically sound as claimed for some body types and lifestyles, but our focus is mainly more on the economic side effects. On the other hand, you might have wondered, how are insurance companies responding to this huge surge in demand? Reports state that the companies are refusing to cover the costs for patients who are not using the drugs to treat diabetes. Some medical practitioners are also saying that the supply is running out for patients who actually need the drugs for their diabetic treatment. If we look at macroeconomic indicators, Novo Nordisk's impressive contribution to the Danish economy is raising certain apprehensions. While citing the growth forecast for this year, the government of Denmark referred to Novo Nordisk when it increased its growth forecast from 0.6 to 1.2%. In September of this year, the company even went ahead and overtook LVMH as Europe's biggest company and had a valuation of $403 billion. It was reported last year that the company added 3,500 jobs, which took it to a total of 21,000 employees. But is such a dependence on one company alone problematic for Denmark? Some apprehensions state that Denmark might be going the Nokia way. What is the Nokia way? Is Denmark looking at a looming disaster? Let's take a glance at that in our last chapter. Before we see whether Novo Nordisk and Denmark are going the Nokia way, we must first understand what the Nokia way means. The Nokia way refers to the story of the electronics company Nokia and its parent country of Finland. Nokia's immense popularity and success in the start of the 2000s era was viewed with such awe and admiration. It was Finland's proud moment, and it catapulted the country to great economic strides. Jobs were rife, and the growth of the country almost became synonymous with the growth of the company. However, with the advent of the iPhone and the subsequent monstrous success of Apple, Nokia fell far behind. Apple grew its market share, and Finland was left ruining its dependence on one sector or one company in particular. Do you think Novo Nordisk and Denmark will meet the same fate? It's difficult to say. Experts state that Novo Nordisk has a patent on semaglutide, the API used in Ozempic and Wegovy, for another decade. So other companies are not likely to get a share of Novo Nordisk's profit anytime soon. Jacob Ellemann-Jensen, Denmark's Vice Prime Minister and Minister for Economic Affairs, pointed out that there are significant differences between the Denmark-Novo Nordisk situation and the Finland Nokia scenario. The company has also been investing in future growth, ensuring that its growth remains sustainable. So is the company completely insulated from external shocks that may derail its growth train? Not quite. It has a competitor which goes by the name Eli Lilly and Company. It sells a drug to treat diabetes called Mounjaro, which has also been prescribed off-label to treat weight loss. It might find a way to halt Novo Nordisk's rampant profit trajectory. Additionally, its use has not yet been properly examined. Dr. Lee, talking to Variety magazine, says that we do not know the long-term effects of the drugs. The longest study was conducted over 2 years, so we have a long way to go before we get to know the effects of these drugs over a longer period. The doctor also stated that the drug only led to a maximum amount of 15% reduction of body mass, and it has to be complemented by a healthy lifestyle. So it's not the sole solution for weight reduction, but rather a part of it. The bottom line is this: Novo Nordisk's story is impressive, no doubt about that. It could well be the catalyst for Denmark's economy. Its growth, however, has to be taken with a pinch of salt. Even though it has a patent, a competitor's product, or an external economic shock, or even a surfacing of long-term health side effects might greatly affect its fortunes. It's imperative that we appreciate its success, but with a pinch of salt. If you liked our deep dive into Novo Nordisk and its miracle drugs, why don't you drop a like and subscribe to our channel? While you're at it, you can also tap the bell icon so you never miss another update from the briefing room.